Because up next was an incredible all-star match. Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson with AA Arn Anderson against Peter Avalon and Cezar Romero. What is with this matchmaking? Peter Avalon looks less like a professional wrestler than Jelly does. He's pale, he's skinny, and he looks like a goof. And it's embarrassing. And they put him with Cezar, whose real name is Cezar Bononi or Bonini or whatever. I've seen the name. I've never seen him before. He's giant. He's jacked. What a fucking specimen he is. And so green, he's like chlorophyll. He's glowing fluorescent green. So they've just signed Lee Johnson. And Lee Johnson apparently is a Nightmare Factory student, Nightmare Family, Nightmare Factory with Cody's and QT student. That's fine. He looked best. The best guy in the match was Lee Johnson. But what the fuck is with this matchmaking that you put, again, your best in-ring babyface in the company and one of your executive vice presidents with a guy that he's trained, that is talented, and you want to show him off against a guy who visually looks like he should be embarrassed to fucking be a professional wrestler, and a guy that's so green he can barely grab a hold. There are wrestlers that would love to get booked by a billionaire, and they're using outlaw shits from all over the fucking Northeastern and California indies and wrestling school students that I wouldn't have used on my OVW television because it's not fair to them either. It's not fair to the viewers. And they're putting them on TNT. So what is Cezar Bononi, or whatever his fucking name is, as I said, he looks great. If he was in a training program for another 6 months or so, I'd put him on television and use him. Lee Johnson was good, but they went through a break with what should have been a 4 to 5 minute bell-to-bell job match where some physically capable underneath tag team of two guys put Lee Johnson and Cody Rhodes over, and then Lee Johnson got a lucky roll-up on Peter Avalon. He didn't hit him with a goddamn finish and pin him 1, 2, 3. He got a lucky roll-up. Who comes up with these fucking finishes? The new rookie, yeah, get a lucky roll-up on a full-time regular guy, but on Peter Avalon, fucking hit your finish and put your foot on his fucking chest, for that matter, because it's almost impossible to have a match with some of these guys and beat them without devaluing yourself. And then they did a promo with Lee Johnson and the whole Nightmare family, minus Brandy, Cody and Arn, and QT and Dustin, and there's Lee Johnson doing all these flying moves and all this good-looking shit in that match. And he has some fire, and people got behind him, even though they're mostly paid people, but still. But then they put him out there for an interview, and all he did was put the Rhodes family over for what they've done for him and showed the personality of Cabbage. Give him something to say. Maybe don't do it when he's blowed up. Maybe that was part of it after the match. Let him smile and be happy and talk confidently about what he's going to do without being a prick about it. That's what a new babyface does. Don't thank everybody for letting him in the door. Like he should be looking around going, is anybody going to notice I'm here? They let me in. Oh, I'm so grateful. While at the same time, delivering it in a monotone, if he can't talk, don't make him talk. Just let him stand on the top rope and smile. That's how you get a baby face over. Win, smile. If he can't talk, keep it short and give him something to say. What'd you think of Lee?
Well, I can't add too much to what you just said there, but I will bring up, what did you think this match did for building up Cody and Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill and Shaq?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Was there any mention of Jade and Shaq? Maybe I missed it.
I didn't hear it. I didn't transcribe everything, but I didn't hear it. No, but, well, that's on and off with the wind.
No, right?
Skinner should write the sequel to fucking Tuesday's Gone, Shaq's gone, Jane's gone, the Angle's gone. It's here today, gone tomorrow. That should be it. It's from now on, when somebody disappears, don't say they disappeared, say they shacked. I don't know.
Did you see they announced that Arn Anderson's son was training now?
I saw, and Arn, I saw the shot of him at ringside, and then Arn looking at it. Brock looks like Arn. Brock looks like Bryant. Bryant looked like Ole. They're not even all related. They still all look like each other. But I will be interested to see how Arn's son does. I would hope that he inherits the talent and doesn't get any of these bad habits rubbing off on him by some of the people he's going to be associating with.
And I think Lee Johnson will do really well unless the Bucks and Omega decide they don't want to work with Cody guys.
I just think I had a list of 70 to 100 phone numbers 25 years ago of guys that I could call to come on television that looked like athletes, that knew how to work, that knew what their job was to get guys over, and in any area of the country. For Smoky Mountain Wrestling, for the WWF, for whatever. Even I started keeping it in WCW. That's how I found Bob Holly and some of those guys. And I never had to resort to putting people that looked as bad as some of these alleged wrestlers do on even local television. Nevertheless, speaking of alleged wrestlers, the Young Bucks and Gallows and Anderson did a backstage promo where they bickered at each other, where they're supposed to be friends, but they're really cranky, and they're continuing this gaga, the fake interplay where they're putting each other over, but it's really backhanded. You know they're eventually going to fucking fight, but you can't, because they're just doing fake interplay with each other. You don't really listen close enough to fucking care, and you really can't discern what their fucking point is to begin with, because they're just nattering at each other. Is that the way it comes off to you, or is it just because I just can't stand these smarmy-faced middle school children standing up in front of Gallows and Anderson?
No, the Bucks are completely unbelievable as promos in the sense that they don't seem to be behaving like real people. It seems like, hey, let's perform as pro wrestlers talking right now. Gallows and Anderson ain't much better. I'm sorry to say this to you, but they come across like goofs in everything they do.
I don't know what they're doing. It's catching, I guess. They do the same thing the Bucks do. They don't have to try to be cute. They're not the fucking little fucking undersized acrobatic gymnastic middle school cheerleaders that suddenly got a rich friend to buy them a wrestling promotion. They're grown adult men and they can work. They don't need to do this cutesy stuff.